Hello, everyone. We are live. My name is Erica Kang, CEO of CryptoSoul, a community building team based mainly in Seoul, Korea. I'm thrilled to moderate this panel with amazing panelists that I have here. This panel is about sharing insight and experience about growing global developer communities. We have quite a diverse range of projects and regions in which we're based in. So we should be able to receive a lot of diverse insights in terms of developer adoption, which is one of the most important yet challenging goals to achieve in crypto for sure. So first, let's just go around and give a short introduction about oneself and explain how Chainlink plays a role in your project. So you can explain about how Chainlink plays a role in your underlying architecture and the importance of Chainlink products and services in your smart contracts or protocol. So let's go around with let's Gabriel, can you go first?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be in this panel. For those of you who don't know, RSK is the first smart contract platform built on top of Bitcoin. So it's secure by 1 every 2 miners in the Bitcoin world and uses Bitcoin as native currency. And the main purpose why we built this is because we wanted to get Bitcoiners closer to DeFi and DeFi closer to those who need it the most in the world. And of course, Chainlink, it's a core component of the whole DeFi ecosystem worldwide. There's been a team working for several months to have it ready already on testnet. And there's a major announcement coming in mid-September when the Chainlink solution will be available on the RSK mainnet. And there are many DeFi solutions on top of RSK waiting for it, like Sovereign, like Aave, and like Tropicus. So we believe that the Oracle part is a key component of decentralization in order to make these solutions anti-fragile and really available for everyone in Latin America and in the world. So very excited about this collaboration.
Thank you for the intro. Let's go to Derek.
Yeah, hi, so I'm Derek Yu. I'm the CEO of PureStake. Our project is called Moonbeam, and Moonbeam's a developer-focused platform built on Polkadot. And our main focus is we're offering an Ethereum-compatible, smart contract developer platform that's what's called a parachain, which is one of the member blockchains of the Polkadot network. And given our focus on developers, definitely spend a lot of time thinking about what it takes to kind of attract developers. So looking forward to sharing some thoughts on that. I would say that, a lot of the projects that are building kind of in our ecosystem are in the primarily DeFi, somewhat in the NFT, but primarily in the DeFi sector. And as a result, obviously Chainlink, as an Oracle is kind of a critical building block for those developers. And so, that's just been, Chainlink is a kind of a critical part of the infrastructure that we're providing to developers to help build, different DeFi applications. So, looking forward to the discussion.
Thank you so much. Sota, do you want to go ahead?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me today. My name is Sota Watanabe. I'm founder of Asta Network. Asta Network is previously known as Plasm Network, but we changed our name from Plasm to Asta 1 month ago. We would like to be Asta in a Polkadot ecosystem. Just kidding. We are making a dApps hub in a Polkadot ecosystem. Polkadot does not support smart contract by design, so all dApps developers need at least one parachain that supports smart contract. So we are supporting WebAssembly as well as Ethereum virtual machine, and we are working with Chainlink to introduce Chainlink Oracle in our ecosystem. So basically, we have 2 ways to work with. The first one is the Solidity Chainlink smart contract on Asta Network. Our network is Ethereum compatible, so anyone can deploy Solidity contract. And another way is importing Chainlink Palette. Palette is a module for the Polkadot parachain. So I'm really excited to be here and excited to be able to talk with you guys. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you. Harriet, last but not least.
Hello, everyone. My name is Harriet. I'm the founder of Bianjie, which is a Shanghai-based high-tech startup focusing on building advanced blockchain systems. We are the open source development team for Cosmos and ArisNet and have been contributing to the interchain technology development since 2017. We built the interchain service hub for BSN, which is a global blockchain system infrastructure, blockchain service infrastructure. Well, we actually built the interchain Oracle service using Chainlink and deployed this Chainlink-based interchain service on BSN to support all the different blockchain needs for Oracle on BSN. So it's my great pleasure to be on this panel and looking forward to this discussion.
Thanks, Harriet. Now, I mean, like just the intro itself really shows like how diverse we are, and this is really amazing. So now that we're done our intros, let's talk about like the challenges that you face in expanding developer communities and maybe your regions of interest. I'm sure most projects have faced a lot of challenges, but what differences do you see across cultures, and what challenges does that create? Does anybody want to start with that question?
I can, if you like. So I think that you always go into things with some assumptions, and more often than not, those assumptions turn out to be wrong. So I think one of the assumptions we had when we started and looking to attract developers worldwide is that people kind of speak English, right? And like that we could create documentation in English and have tutorials and videos in English, and that would cover some majority of the people we were trying to target. I think pretty much that assumption has turned out to not be a very good one. I think what we found is that, translating kind of your technical documentation to different languages, like having like videos and tutorials in different languages is pretty important. Like when you're trying to reach like developers in different markets, particularly like, if you consider China, even Russia, we're like, finding some traction. So I think that was totally underestimated, and, it's enough effort to create the documents in the first place, but it is a pretty substantive effort then to maintain like translations of like all of the content like into like multiple languages. But yeah, I think that's kind of part of what it takes.
100% agreed. Maybe Harriet, do you want to elaborate on your side? What do you face on your perspective?
Yes, I definitely agree. Language is a big barrier for like developing the global technology community. And actually, I think like for us, we benefit a lot from the Cosmos global interchain community. And so actually like we found like the most effective way to build the global development community is really working closely with the local teams from the different region. We actually worked with the validator teams from the different countries, like in Korea, in Europe, and so they helped on the translations of the technologies. For example, from ArisNet, we have the iService, and also we are building the interconnections with various networks. And of course, and the other thing is also like trying to leverage the local communities for like their help to look into their interested application requirements. And so basically, I definitely agree. Like language is the challenge, but working together with the global teams and in the interchain community helps a lot.
That's a great point. Thank you for that. Gabriel, do you want to? Oh, Sota, yeah.
Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, no, definitely English is the most toughest things when we make a global community. And the another topic I would like to suggest is like a grant. So distributing grant is a little bit tough right now. This is a problem I'm facing right now. So regarding the Web3 Foundation distributed 250 grants by 2021 first quarter, but actually the 110 project actually delivered a milestone, a grant. So receiving a grant and delivering a grant should be the two different things. And it is easy to distribute a grant, but the toughest thing is how can we incentivize them to deliver a milestone? This is another topic, but very important things, I think.
Wow, yeah, that's definitely something to elaborate on. Gabriel, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think there's a critical issue because the world needs DeFi faster than we can build it. So making this technology easy to participate and to build for new developers coming to the space, I think is critical. We in IOV Labs have team members in more than 26 countries in every single continent, so that's challenging. But also in every Bitcoin or DeFi community, we have ambassadors and people willing to collaborate. So we've been working very hard on having our documentation as accessible and open as possible. We have a dev portal with all the documentation for the different protocols and services. We also have an open Slack. This is kind of our core strategy to communicate with the developer community. And also from day one, we understood that compatibility with main platforms was key in order to facilitate the growth of the developer community. So that's why RSK is fully compatible with Ethereum, and every Solidity developer and any project built on DeFi on top of Ethereum can be ported on DeFi for Bitcoin very easily. But I would say that the most important argument that we have to reach to new developers is the purpose, because there is nothing that can be compared to when you're working on something that you believe can add value to the world. And this is feedback that we are receiving from every developer joining the DeFi for Bitcoin movement. This sense of purpose, when you see people in El Salvador, when you see people in Nigeria, in Venezuela, in Argentina, that DeFi solutions are helping to protect themselves from dictatorships, from inflation, that's where you get this extra mile of energy of developers saying, I don't want to build this app anymore, or this dating site. I want to change the world. And I think this is something unique that DeFi as a whole has to offer to the developer community, and it's something that is definitely driving a lot of attention and interest from developers joining the ecosystem.
That's great. Thanks so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think purpose is definitely something that we should focus on. And also, as I mentioned about grants, I think that incentivization is also pretty important to get across the developer community. And, when I was based in Vietnam, I also faced that challenge. And, I'm trying to make that as incentivizing as possible to the developers, but very interesting insights. And, as you're, right now you're still in that journey and you're, trying many strategies, I'm sure, but, what can you share some of the strategies that you use that you found successful or, important to build the community that you have right now? And, when you're, out promoting as a project focused on developer communities, do you have some kind of culture that you're trying to, get across, or something that you want to, deliver to them? Is there anything that you want to share with us regarding that, like culture or strategy wise?
Should I go? Okay, so I can chime in here that
Please do.
I have some of the things that I believe are important are, if you have a developer oriented platform, it's to have like a dedicated developer relations function. What I see a lot of people trying to do is that they kind of, there's core developers of the platform and you try to double duty, right? It's like, okay, well, we'll also answer like in Discord or in Slack and other things. And obviously you want that engagement and that's good. But I guess from my point of view, if you're really trying to build like a developer, you need like a dedicated support function. This like developer relations function is something that needs to be there. And more than that, I would say, sometimes I see that, but it's kind of like, not given like a primary seat at the table, right? It's like, okay, yes, we're going to, hire some support people and, they'll kind of take care of it. It's like, no, it's like, you need to kind of treat that function, like have them have a primary seat at the table, right? Because they're then going to give you feedback about, well, here's what the developers are struggling with. So it can inform your product strategy. So, that's kind of probably the main, piece of advice I give people when they ask this question is that, you kind of have to take that function seriously and, make sure has a primary seat at the table and make sure that, it's kind of being tightly coordinated then with your overall product strategy, with your marketing efforts and so on.
Great, thanks for sharing that. So you're talking about like the dev role, like hiring that function, like kind of focusing on that one function to kind of take care of like communications wise, and I guess like employing other developers. And I think that coordination is really important. And like being on Discord all the time, answering questions is really, the dedication really matters. But like, I think a lot of projects do face trouble like hiring the right people for that and role. And there's definitely a lack of human resources that we can kind of the pool that we need to hire that perfect person, right? So I think that's one of the things that we have to focus on. But yeah, thanks, Derek, for the insight. Maybe Sota, would you like to go next, or Harriet?
Yeah, I can go next. So okay. Yeah, I completely agree to Derek. And I think our unique strategy is distributing our block rewards to Ambassador. So we are making a layer 1 blockchain that is connected to Polkadot. So our layer 1 blockchain is customizable, and we can design the how can I say, the block mechanism and the inflation rate and token distribution and so on. So we distribute X% of block rewards to Ambassador. So block is mined, ideally forever. So this is gonna be a basic income for ambassadors, and we highly incentivize them to, do a marketing or making the documentation, making the translation, and so on. This is not active yet, but we are going to make it live next month. So I'm really excited about it.
Thanks for sharing that. Harriet, would you like to go next?
Yes, yeah, I think like many guests already mentioned, like the importance to build up the regional ambassador program and also like regional collaborators. And so I cannot agree more on that. And our experience is the most effective way to develop the global development community is working very closely with different regions and found the good partners. And so they will be able to help to customize, like to tailor the technology communication in the local language, and also be able to go to the workshops. And I think those things are very effective. And another thing I think, like for ArisNet and also like working as a part in the Cosmos community, and another thing I found has been very beneficial is always being open to work with various teams. And for example, like we work very closely with many like innovative teams, including like Chainlink, Near, and Solana, and working on the interoperability issues. And definitely all this collaboration also helped us to expand the understanding and trust globally. And another thing actually I missed very much is all these great conferences before the COVID. Actually, like Eric, I think I really liked the conferences you organized in Seoul. And we got to get many many practitioners in the industry all together, and face-to-face interaction helped a lot to build up the trust and the collaboration. And I really wish, of course, although today we cannot be in the same location, but online is another way also to support to building up this global connection.
Thanks, Harry, for the shout out. As soon as COVID ends, I'm definitely going to be hosting another BUIDL Asia conference that is going to be highly technical and very helpful for the community. So yeah, thanks for that. Gabriel, last but not least.
Yeah, thanks. I would say that one of the things that help us the most, of course, I share all the ideas and the values, and this is how we're working to decentralize the development pool with grants and tools, but also sourcing developers from other places, from other countries is a great opportunity also to provide equal opportunity to everyone. And we have amazing team members now coming from Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Nigeria, Cyprus, Ukraine. And it's really amazing to see how you can be in anywhere in the world, just getting a deep knowledge on the technology we're working on, and how the blockchain ecosystem is offering great opportunities to developers from all around the world. And this also has a side benefit, which is that these developers are closer to the problems that their current communities have. This is something that happened to us when we started doing solutions for the slums in Buenos Aires, that we thought people from the slums would need micro saving, for instance, or micro loans. And their feedback was, yeah, microloans are important, but we also need micro savings because we don't have a door in our houses. So what we thought was their need, it was actually different. And this is something that having a distributed pool of developers from all around the world can also source us with the right ideas on what we should be developing. Because sometimes, having a distributed network of developers or a community, but with centralized ideas might lead us very fast to the wrong answer. So I also believe that something that I'm really passionate about and I love about blockchain and this ecosystem, as Harriet was saying, is that we're really global and we can provide great paying jobs and opportunities or grants to any person in any corner of the world, regardless how bad their financial services are or how bad their economy is. They can learn online and they can become high-paying developers for decentralized projects, and this is something unique that we also bring to the table as an ecosystem, and is something that we should promote because by looking for developers in those smaller, less developed countries, we're also giving great opportunities to help their local economies.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much. I mean, you're right now based in that exact region, so I'm sure you've seen and experienced so many great things, and you have so many insights based on that. So thanks for sharing that as well. Before we leave everything, this panel, I think it'll be nice to kind of share what you guys have planned. What you have planned for, if there's something going on right now in terms of developing the developer community, or if there's any plans later in the future, maybe later this year, that you're planning with regards to that kind of a grand vision. Would you like to share some of that? As a final, question for everybody. Do you want to go ahead? Derek, is there anything that you want to share on your behalf?
Yeah, sure. I think, the main thing for us is just, kind of launching kind of like our networks. This has been, we've been working on it for quite some time at this point. So, we have 2 networks that we're launching. The first of which, River, is about to full launch in a matter of weeks, and then we have our second Moonbeam network, which is launching, quite shortly here. So, Chainlink is a part of that story as well, right? To kind of get those integrations up and running, and kind of all these deployment teams that we've been talking to for some time, to give them a chance to actually deploy onto our live mainnet. That's the focus for the rest of the year for us.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, we are almost the same situation to the Moonbeam because we are also in the Polkadot ecosystem, and a lot of the mainnet will be launched in the Polkadot ecosystem. And we would like to work with Moonbeam and Chainlink and other people to make Web3 happen in coming years. It's going to be a long journey, but we can make it. Thanks.
Of course. Thank you. Harriet?
Yeah, we are currently building the internet of blockchains, and not just connecting all the public chains. And for ArisNet, for Bianjie in Shanghai, we are also building the connections to support the communication between consortium, the enterprise blockchains to the public chains. And also very interesting work is on the interchain NFT currently going on in the Cosmos community. And I would encourage everyone also to learn more about that, and we're looking forward to more collaboration globally and to work together to build this internet of blockchains.
Yeah, that's a good point, because enterprises are definitely a big, they're a big entity in Asia when it comes to hiring good developers. And I think, collaborating with them definitely does create a lot of synergy effects. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. Gabriel?
Yes, I would invite every developer to go to developers.rsk.co or join our open Slack, open RSK dev, for new grants and hackathons coming. And welcome everyone to join us on the DeFi for Bitcoin ecosystem, and stay tuned for mid-September for the major Chainlink Oracle's launch on the RSK mainnet. So looking forward to it.
Wow, big milestones ahead. And on my end, I would love to invite everybody to Fiddle Asia. Whenever that's going to happen in Asia, I'm going to prepare great things. Of course, Chainlink is, Andy, you're invited as well. So we're going to have that huge session ahead. So yeah, this has been amazing, and to kind of have everybody together with the same big mission. I really hope for the best. Hopefully we can meet in a real person very soon. So thanks, everybody.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you so
Andy.
much.
See you. Bye.
When Harriet says we need to meet in person, I say, yes, I will be there. And it's always nice to hear from so many of you. I'm always inspired by a lot of these different stories, people working in different populations in different locations. So panels like these are always fantastic.